Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I am back, man. All jokes aside, podcast is back. It's been a minute. I might be a little rusty to this podcasting thing, but do keep in mind your boy is a veteran at this podcasting shit. It's been a while, man. All jokes aside, podcast has been around since 2018. Off and on, off and on. New host, new this, new that. But I got to tell y'all, we probably didn't discuss this since last time I've been on. Um, I don't know when was the last time I recorded actually, but I know that I lost my mom back in October of 2025. You guys may have known that if you see me on social media. Um, since then I've had, sheesh, I think I had Ari Spears on the show. That didn't do good because one of my old engineers who I had back on the show to do the engineering for me ruined that for me. Shout out to Cause. I had Mozzie. Shout out to Mozzie Rose. I brought him on the show. We had a dope interview. I brought that on there. But ever since then, I'm like, you know what? I got to bring this thing back on a weekly basis, maybe 2 times a week. And I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. You know, I have beautiful All Jokes Aside TV and media studios. I do a lot of my content here for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. But this studio was purchased for the podcast because All Jokes Aside podcast is my baby. And I didn't even tell my co-host this. I think it's the best move for me, for my personal career, and for the love of the pod, to go solo. You know what I mean? It's just what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kevin Dean. Shout out to Ray. Those are my people. I love them. They're great friends of mine. I hope we can continue our friendship after this. I don't think me and Kevin Dean have any problems because Kevin, as you know, sometimes goes on the road with me when I do, when I headline across the country. He's my feature. He got his own things going on. Shout out to Ray. I know she's getting married this week or next week sometime. So shout out to her. Congratulations to her. But for the show, I think it's for me, for the things I want to talk about, to get a little more personal, the things I want to bring up, I think I could just do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Not that there are distractions. I think the things are my connection to my fans and what I do would go over better if it's just me. Not to say I won't be launching some other projects in the future that will include Kevin and maybe Ray, but I think going forward, All Jokes Aside podcast, the podcast will be just me. And if I have guests, I will be bringing guests on, different comedians. Kev, come back for an interview sometime. We can sit down and talk and chop it up. I want to have this as a platform for comedians, content creators, for my interview purposes. But as far as me doing a weekly pod or 2 time a week pod, I think I'm gonna run it by myself, man. I think it's a good look, and I think you guys are going to enjoy that. So without further ado, welcome back to the All Jokes Aside podcast. I used to announce the episode number. If I did go by numbers, I'd be up to like episode 250, some shit like that. You can go back and look at the back catalog. I've been doing this for a minute. There's hundreds of episodes up. Over the years, you'll see all the changes that's been made, the different studios we recorded it in, all the different shit we did. But this is where I landed, As far as me, I'm still touring, doing my thing. I just came back from Brooklyn, did a show in Brooklyn, did 2 shows in Rochester, I had a show in Atlanta. So I've been running around lately. And of course, we didn't get to talk about this because I wasn't recording at the time. But if you do look at my videos on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, you will see me running amok for the New York Knicks. I haven't got to congratulate my squad on the show, but I would formally like to say on behalf of the All Jokes Aside podcast, congratulations to my New York Knicks for the win. And I think we're going to do it again next year. Hopefully we do. But New York Knicks fans, we're realistic. Giant season coming up soon. You know what I mean? I still got the G-Men right here. And That's coming up soon. We looking forward to football season. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man. Let's get into some shit. I don't like what's going on right now with my man Hove, man. It's crazy how all the scrutiny this man is getting. Like his name is the Reasonable Doubt album, 30th anniversary coming up, 3 sold out shows at Yankee Stadium. The first 2 sold out so fast that he had to add a third for the Sunday. You're doing Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, and then day 3. I'm not sure what that's gonna be, but still, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be similar in both. I hope he would do that. I mean, I wouldn't want to pick and choose. I would hope he's doing a variation of the same concert, because that would suck if you pull up the Friday for the Reasonable Doubt to get the Reasonable Doubt album, and you also, if you're a Jay-Z fan, you're a Jay-Z fan. You're not a fan of just the album. You're a fan of Hove. So if you like Reasonable Doubt, you like Blueprint 1, you like Blueprint 2, Blueprint 3, the Black Album, you like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not just a fan of one album. So hopefully he'll do a mix and a variation of similar shows, you know, for the fans who couldn't. Because if I couldn't get a ticket on a Friday, I'm definitely gonna get the Saturday. If I can't get the Saturday, I'm buying the Sunday. But I hope he don't slight the fans. But anyway, Jay-Z said a couple of words a couple of weeks ago, sent the internet in a frenzy, gave everybody a couple of bars. This man has been quiet. He don't say shit. He let y'all run amok on him. He say whatever y'all get to say whatever y'all want. This man say a couple of words. Now, here we go with the conspiracy theories again. Here we go slandering this man's name again. Everybody got something to say. I ain't got nothing negative to say. Because I want to look at this. I know he got the exhibit he did, the train. And this is the most I've seen Jay-Z smiling. He's happy, man. Look at this. So look at it. This is the train exhibit he got. Let's check it out. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold y'all. The jersey is super young. Too small. That jersey is mad young. So he definitely did bad on the jersey. But the jersey is fire. And I've ordered this. So I'm getting the black one and the blue one. They $400 each. Don't bitch about the prices. If you could afford it, you could afford it. If you can't, you can't. Look at my man laughing. Oh, they giving him a bigger jersey. Yeah, good job. Here we go. Okay. So, I wonder if this is actually like a real subway. Now look at this shit. It's fire. Fire. The jacket is hard. Somebody bring me back some money, please. Fire. Fire. 96 and forever. Jay-Z 30. Fire. Salute the Hove, the GOAT. My GOAT. A lot of people's GOATs. I don't care how you feel about it. Jay-Z to me is the GOAT. And salute to him on all his endeavors and his contributions to this thing we call hip hop. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to give Jay-Z no scrutiny. I'm not giving him no smoke. I'm giving the man his flowers. I think what he did is amazing over the course of time. And he's just proof that old niggas still could do their thing. I thought about this, right? I got into it with a young dude on Instagram recently, and he made a video talking about how if you moved out of New York, then don't rep New York no more. Typical young nigga dumb shit, right? And I'm thinking to myself like, bro, what has the youth of New York contributed to move New York forward, right? And it's not the shit on none of the youth in New York, because I salute everything they got going on. Music, culture, fashion, things of that nature. I was thinking like, what is new as far as New York is concerned, right? Because moving away from New York is a very New York thing to do, right? That's typically what you do. And it's not just because New York is oversaturated and overpopulated. New York, there is no space. So if you're a person who grew up in a city with a bunch of people surrounding you, you know that there's no real place to buy no land. They say things like, oh, you can't afford it, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yo, respectfully, sometimes people don't want to be in the cold weather. Sometimes you want big backyard, big front yard, warmer climates to live in. Even if you did make mad bread in New York, sometimes you want those things. New York is not a place where you can attest those things unless you move uh, upstate. Upstate is super trash. Salute to upstate. But upstate is trash, respectfully. And it's mad far. You know what I mean? Who want to deal with traffic all the time? Like, clearly, moving further south, Pennsylvania, places like that, Jersey, even Florida, where I'm at, clearly a better standard of living than New York City. Clearly. Landslide. But I begin to think, and I ponder on it like, yo, is life, did the youth contribute anything new? So I thought about Brooklyn drill music, right? So drill music as a whole is, Brooklyn, we did. We took that shit from the UK. That's really UK drill. Well, UK, the drill itself is a Chicago thing. But the drill beats that Brooklyn was using is UK. So we took that and we made our own style. And you had 22 G's, Chef G in them, and rest in peace to Pop Smoke, Fabio Foreign, the list goes on. Then the Bronx took it and they took the New Jersey beats and they did what they did with that. And I thought about it. That genre of music is pretty much dead. It's dead. On a mainstream level, it is. I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of drill artists doing their thing, but on mainstream, that shit is dead and over with. Over with. And it's dead because the gang culture of it spread into the music itself. Right? So the music wasn't for like to have a good time and have fun and dance and it was for beefing. And it shows because most of the top drill artists are dead or in jail. So that genre is over with. And then I thought about the fashion. I'm like, the fashion is old shit. It's not new. Like, I mean, and listen, we know trends repeat itself, right? But sometimes there's a new trend. All these old trends that's back were once new, right? So what's the new things that the youth have done? Right? What's the new? What was new? Like there's nothing new. Even the things that's really popular in New York, that's quote unquote New York stuff, the Pele Peles, the Averexes, the Timberland boots. All of this shit is old shit that we made popular in the 90s. Right? Then you think about, okay, you got the streamers. Shout out Kai Cenat, and all the young dudes doing the streaming thing, right? And they're really great at it and they're doing anything. Kai Cenat already looked like he retired from the shit. But you look at who's waving the torch for New York. Everything that's popular, like on social media, about New York is something nostalgic. It's something older. If you look at all the popular media personalities from New York, they're older guys. Podcasting is the young genre. Even I'm podcasting. Podcasting is a young thing, right? It's a newer thing. But the old niggas running that. Cam and Mace. Let's rap about it. Jim Jones, Dave East, Mano, Fab. Who else you got? Fat Joe and Jada. Mole and Rory. Joe Budden. Everybody's over 40. So when I argue with Shorty and he said that, I'm like, yo, how dare you disrespect with what you came from, nigga? Nori even, in Drink Champs, that's a New Yorker. Most of these guys don't live in New York. They moved to other places for better lives, but we still rep New York. Not saying, oh, we love this great city, because we do. New York is more like the culture of New York. When people talk about New York, they don't talk about the place. They talk about the people, because a lot of people have never been to New York before. So what do? They take the things from New York and start associating those things with what New York is. Timberland boots, bacon, egg, and cheese, chopped cheese, fitted hats. Averex Leathers, the Ayo son, Ayo pause, all that shit. That's New York culture. You don't gotta live in New York to do that. So to say some shit like, oh yo, if you don't live in New York anymore, Shorty told me we're stealing their culture. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I didn't move here as a baby. I moved here as a grown man for a better life. So it's crazy to even say that shit. You know what I mean? So, but young, old, everybody are like, New York is lit, man. It's lit. Hopefully we can do a three-peat. We could do it. We could three it. Giants is a long shot. The Yankees do stand a good chance at winning the World Series this year. The Yankees looking good. The Knicks already did it. The Giants at the bare minimum. Let's go ahead and get to them playoffs, man. At the bare minimum. We got Scatterbull. He's out from retirement. I mean, he was out last year for injury. He back. Jackson Dart, he's back. Neighbors, and we brought Odell back. So we're gonna see what we can do, man. Long shot, but hopefully we can get the job done. Enough of New York talk. Let's get back to this shit. Sad news to report on, man. Chris Johnson, somebody who I've met, hung out with, cool with, one of the greatest running backs to ever do it. Probably the fastest running back of all time. So running around about in Orlando, I would see him a lot, hang out, talk to him and have drinks with him. Cool, really cool dude, friendly. If you ever met him, it's a pleasure to meet the guy. He's a good guy, and it's cool to have known him over these past couple of years. So in Orlando area, you would see him out and about every now and then, just out having a drink, hanging out, with his friends and shit like that. I've been traveling a lot for the last 2 years, so I haven't even been around, but I haven't seen him. Shout out to Edgerrin James. Edgerrin James, y'all know him, another legendary running back from the Colts. He's also in the Orlando area, and I see him. I bump into him. We chop it up. I did his podcast. Edge, salute to you. That's my homie for real. I'll see Edge, but sometimes I'll see Chris Johnson out too, and I haven't seen him. So, so there's some sad news to report with him, and it really fucked me up for the past couple of the day or two since the news came out. So check this out, guys, if you haven't heard about Chris Johnson.
Why do you want to share this now?
Because if sharing my story helps even one person get diagnosed sooner, inspires more research, or gives another family hope, then it's worth it.
Johnson says he was in the prime of his life, working out daily and running errands with his 4 children until ALS changed everything. Let's go back to last year. When did you notice that something was off?
I first noticed weakness in my right hand. At first, it was little things like my grip didn't feel right, and I wasn't as strong as I've always been.
His wife, Brittany, thought it was something much simpler. Brittany, what did you think it was at the time?
I thought because of football and, his career that it had to be something with that, maybe a pinched nerve or something along those lines, but never ALS.
And what did doctors tell you initially about your condition?
We hoped it was something else, but after thorough testing, they finally came down with a diagnosis of ALS. They told us about a medication that might extend life by a few months. Then they told us to get our affairs in order. It was hard hearing that, but after watching Good Morning America and seeing Dr. Merritt with Eric Dane, we reached out to her. She was willing to think more creatively, offering experimental treatments that might help and advance research.
Why do you want
That's tough to watch, man. I mean, and just seeing him out and about, strong, laughing and moving. And, if you guys don't know Eric Dane from Euphoria, he just passed from that recently. And Chris is young. He's not even 40 years old yet. And ALS is a horrible thing. And it's terminal. There is no cure for it. And, they told me to get his affairs in order. It's a very fast. And for him, it's far, like I said, I just saw him probably last year hanging out, maybe the year before. I may be off on that. But it wasn't too long ago since I've seen him out and about. And just see him like that. And the reason why you hear that voice, because he can't talk. His motor skills doesn't work. And I think he communicates with his eyes, and it's like a computer speaking for him. And that's brave to even come forward to try to bring awareness to this horrible disease that's affecting young men. And I just pray for him and his family. And salute to Chris Johnson, man. That's some brave shit. But if y'all don't know who he is, go look at his highlights. That man, legendary football player. So I want to give him his flowers while he's still here, because this is sad, man. This is crazy. But yeah. What else we got on the docket? We got a couple of things to go over. Oh, so we got the European heat wave going on. And this is sad, what's going on with this. The heat is crazy in Europe right now. People going through it. People dying. I think they said maybe over 1,300 people has died in this heat wave. I got a little nuance about it. Just my own personal thoughts. And this is no diss to anybody who may have perished in this heat wave that's going on. But let's go ahead and read let's listen to the news about this.
We're launching a new series here tonight, something we're calling The Big Question. The first one, inspired by news of more than 1,000 heat-related deaths in Europe.
Damn.
The continent has more heat-related deaths per capita than anywhere else on the planet, but in fact, fewer hot days. So why is...
That's important. It's important. I want y'all to hear that. They have more reported heat-related deaths in Europe than anywhere else on the planet, and less hot days.
Heat in Europe so much deadlier than everywhere else. Here's Lee Canary with our big question.
In Europe, there's a perfect storm, the oldest population on any continent that's warming the fastest. France's record heat last week is linked to roughly 1,000 deaths of mostly elderly.
Of all climate-related impacts and hazards, heat is the biggest killer.
European officials are calling for change, but not the kind that may seem obvious.
Install air conditioning, especially for vulnerable people, and save lives. Why is that not a solution in Europe?
My honest response is I don't think that should be the solution anywhere. In the longer term, what happens is installing more air conditioning actually emits more heat into our environment, so it will actually increase the speed of warming.
That sounds like bullshit, right? So they're putting on this thing where they feel the emissions are causing more damage to the atmosphere, which is why they're saying they're not getting air conditioners. Now, I can see the older population saying that, and that's mostly who's passing away from these heat-related deaths in Europe.
Also more expensive. Energy prices are much higher in Europe. Governments find other ways to cool historic and densely populated cities. In Rome, wearable technology is distributed to monitor the elderly, who are by far in the most danger.
A recent survey in France said 1 in 6 people they surveyed said they'd rather suffer for the sake of the environment. Does that surprise you?
No, we're not doing this for us. We're doing this for the future generations.
Lee Canary, CBS News, London.
I'm not buying that shit. Everybody's ignoring the obvious reason why. And this is shit.
These two couldn't be.
I'm not, nowhere am I insulting people dying, right? Elderly people are dying in Europe, and people are overall dying from these heat waves in Europe. But let's state the obvious. It's because they're white. We all know this. Africa, the hottest place in the world, hottest continent in the world, right? These people are black. South America, very hot place. Even Australia, very hot place, right? You have never heard of African people of African descent dying from heat, right? Our body, our melanin is more equipped for the heat. White people are not built for the heat. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, everybody want to ignore that shit. It's sad what's happening. But Africa is hot as hell all the time. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Y'all, listen, all this environment shit, y'all better get some AC, white people. Because when God's reckoning comes in the form of heat, you out of here first, bro. You out of here first. So I need y'all to stop being proud. You know what I'm saying? I even saw something, I saw them blaming Americans, which was crazy. Blaming America for European heat wave. I saw that. Let me see if that's true. France blames America for Europe's heat wave. Let's check that out. This is crazy. This is insane, bro.
Hey, I want to close with this story here. A French politician has blamed the U.S. for the record-breaking heat wave in Europe because who knew it gets hot in the Northern Hemisphere in summer? Turns out the deputy mayor of Paris for international relations, Audrey Pulvar, said this, quote, "As the second largest emitter of greenhouse gas emissions in the world, you bear a significant amount of responsibility for global warming and the consequences we in France are experiencing. Your cities, which are 90% air-conditioned, are not unrelated to this." Coach.
Bro, you are European, my guy. You're European. You are a white man. White people are not built for the heat. The melanin is built for the heat. The heat is your worst enemy. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all might got the guns. Y'all might got the power, the strength in numbers and shit like that. But we got the protection of God. You will never hear Africans screaming about the heat. It's too hot. They just deal with it. We jump in the lake and we deal with it. Because if the heat don't kill you, you're going to get burnt the fuck up. Freckles, liver spots. That's what happened to y'all. Don't blame this shit on the U.S. Ain't nobody tell y'all to not buy no AC. Get some AC, nigga. Get some AC. Y'all built for the cold weather. Y'all not built for this. Pack you up, white man. This ain't got nothing to do with the U.S. We got the wherewithal to know that the global warming is happening. It get hot outside in the summertime. We got AC. Right now, I'm comfortable. 67 degrees in my studio. If it got hot, I'll deal with it. I'll get irritated about it. You know what I mean? I'll do some mookie shit from think out the nipples, think out the thighs. You sure do the right thing. Stop being proud. Stop acting like y'all care so much about the atmosphere because you don't. You destroyed the atmosphere. You white man, you destroyed it. You destroyed Earth. Exploring everything. The automobile, airplanes. Now you want to blame the U.S.? That's your people who migrated from over there in Europe that fuck shit up. Buy some AC or perish. Buy AC or perish. That's your two options. But stop blaming us. Blame God. Because Africans ain't complaining about no heat. We out there. You know what we do? We get butt ass. That's what Africans do. We get butt ass, bro. Rest in peace to all the people that perish in this hot weather. But it ain't Europe's fault. I mean, sorry, it ain't America's fault that this is happening. This is God. God made you the way he made you, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? This begs me to think about how people be saying white people ain't aliens, are aliens. I mean, I don't believe that, but, you know, how is something that's supposed to bring life kills you? Granted, black people stay in the heat too long, we gonna get, we're gonna get burnt up and hurt. But skin cancer? Let me see. Let me check the statistics on that. Let me check this before I say some ignorant shit on this show. Who is the most susceptible to skin cancer. Let's see. People most likely to get skin cancer are fair-skinned individuals who sunburn easily, have a history of blistering sunburns, or have personal family history with the disease. Advanced age, prolonged UV exposure, or having many unusual moles are also major risk factors. What type of people get skin cancer the most? Anyone can get skin cancer, but people with certain characteristics are at greater risk. Blue or green eyes, blonde or red hair, certain types and large number of moles, a history of sunburns, and tanning, a family history of skin cancer, a personal history of skin cancer, older age. Everybody who's been dying fits this description. European, older people, blonde hair, blue eyes, getting packed up left and right because you're white. That's it. That's it. It'd be heat waves in New York. Bunch of black people, Hispanic people. Africa is a fucking heat wave. The whole continent is a heat wave. You don't never hear about black people getting packed up. You know what we do? We get naked. We ain't proud. A lot of these African people in these tribes and shit, they live outside. Huts. They know how to keep warm. Y'all better turn back to us. Ask us how we keep warm. Protect yourselves. Either buy some AC or perish, my guy. Buy AC or perish. Pack you up with this, oh, we care about the fucking environment. Cap. Y'all know nobody wants to say the obvious. I'll say it. It's because you're white, bro. Period. Moving along. All right. Speaking of Africans, the Ugandan president is a wild boy. Dead serious, he said this. I want y'all to see this shit. First and foremost, before I get to that, I want to talk about who this man is, right? So the African president, his name, the Ugandan president, his name is Muhoozi. No, this is not the president. Okay, so this is the general. I'm sorry. This is the general of the Ugandan army. Muhoozi Kainerugamba. God damn it. His name is Muhoozi Kainerugaba. I'm saying that right. My man said this. He gave Jay-Z 1 week to surrender Beyonce, or he's going to take the matter to the UN. This man dead ass. Here's what the tweet says. I'm giving Jay-Z 1 week to surrender my wife to me, or else I'll take this matter to the UN. Then he says, if Beyonce doesn't even know me, I'm going to mount a one-man demonstration at City Square. It will be called I'm Here, Beyonce demonstration. Okay, sounds like he's joking. But Uganda is known for their wild shit, but they keep it a buck. They're unapologetic. So that's the general who said that. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the president of Uganda, but he's a wild boy too. Now, if you know, their laws pertaining to homosexuality is different. Let's see what it is. Ugandan laws on homosexuality. I know they got some very particular laws that's not favorable for the LGBTQ community. So if you gay, that's not a place you want to go, bro. Okay. Uganda enforces some of the world's strictest anti-LGBTQ legislation. Consensual same-sex acts carry penalties of up to life imprisonment, while aggravated homosexuality involving minors, disabled individuals, or serial transmission is punishable by the death penalty. Promoting homosexuality is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. So for all the Batsy them around the U.S., be happy you live here and not in Uganda. because you will get packed up. So for those who aren't familiar with some of their thoughts, this is the president speaking to the press on how he feels about homosexuality.
My name is Leila. I correspond for Deutsche Welle Kiswahili service. First question. The gay community in Uganda is requesting to have a meeting with you. Would you give them an ear? In regard, the homosexuals in Uganda, they are requesting to have audience with you. Yeah. So they say, no, hold on. No, they say their side of the story has not been heard, and they would kindly beg to meet you so that you get to hear that side of the story. That's number one. And my name is Leila. I correspond for Deutsche.
But that wasn't the one. It was another one. Ugandan all right, here's what he says. In a press conference, check this out.
What is your message to Western human rights groups, to President Obama, to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people?
Respect African societies and their values. If you don't agree, you just keep quiet. Let's manage our society the way we see. If we are wrong, we shall find out by ourselves. Just the way we don't interfere with yours.
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they are disgusting. What sort of people are they? How can you go? I never knew what they were doing. That's how I've been told recently that what they do is terrible, disgusting. But I was ready to ignore that if there was proof that that's how he's born, abnormal. But now the proof is not there.
So yeah, they're very unapologetic about their thoughts on things, you know. So I would throw caution to the wind on anything the Ugandan says. I'm still not decided if he was serious or not serious about Beyonce, but I digress. We all know that recently the Michael Jackson movie came out, right? And I've been listening to like a lot of Michael Jackson lately. My nephew's here from New York. Shout out to my nephew Bryce. He's a big Michael Jackson fan. He always has been, which is dope. That just shows how Michael Jackson can still. Let me get some water. He's 9. Even my son, who's 8, he loves Michael Jackson, and I'm like, damn. This dude died in 2009, right? My son was born in 2018. So even after and not only that, the songs that they like came out when I was a kid in the 80s. That's how much Michael Jackson, his legacy, it matters. I think the movie was dope. His nephew did a phenomenal job on that. Everybody did their thing. And my take on that movie was they stopped it at the perfect time. They stopped it because anything further than where they stopped it at in his life would be to bring up all the bullshit, right? And this is the first Michael Jackson movie where I saw that he was the focal point. Typically, when we see any movies about the Jacksons, you'll see little instances of Michael Jackson's life, but the other family be included. So here's my take. For the older people, right, who we watch Michael Jackson from kids or, you know, in my age group or anybody older, it gave us an explanation as to why he is the way he is. Like, oh, his father used to tease him about his nose. Oh, he had vitiligo. Oh, this is why he loved animals, because we saw one scene when he wanted to go play with his brothers. They wanted to go play with the girls. We also heard him say to his mother, it's not the same when he go out to play with the kids, because the kids He's the star. You know, Tito, Marlon, Randy, who else? Well, Tito, I don't even know these niggas' names. Tito, Marlon, Randy, Jermaine, and Jackie. We knew these niggas, but it wasn't like we wasn't checking for them. Everybody was checking for Mike. So Mike was the superstar, right? So when people come and say for autograph and Mike's there, they packing his brothers up and they going to him. So for him, he never got to really live a childhood. The man was famous since birth, pretty much, damn near. So we got to see that side. It gave us an explanation to the things that we scrutinized him about. So that gave us, it humanized them a little more, right? But for kids, it did something different. It gave them a reason to defend Mike. So when they see, so boom, they stopped it right there, right before all these allegations and stuff popped in his life. So now when they get older, they're focusing on the music and the things they saw in that movie. So when somebody comes and says, oh, Michael Jackson turned himself white, the kids can be like, oh no, he had vitiligo. Oh, Michael Jackson touched kids. No, Michael Jackson loved children because he never got to be a child, so he was in the hospital and he loved these children. He wasn't touching them. You see, it gave our children a reason to defend Mike. So the movie was excellent. It was a perfect portrayal of Michael Jackson for every generation, and they stopped it where they should have stopped it, right there. Because right there is where all the bullshit happens and all the controversy, and it was dope that they didn't show that. Because that's typically for most of his life after that part, that's all we knew. Mike's crazy. He wants to be a white man. Plastic surgery. He's a fucking child molester. All of these things that came up about him. Right? So I love the fact that they humanized Mike. However, through my own personal research of Mike and YouTube, please let me rock. Let me rock. And if it doesn't rock out, we'll delete it and we'll come back later. I'll probably do it on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. But you guys have to know this. Michael Jackson was the first mumble singer. I swear to you guys, I went through this man's catalog and I always thought of certain things, certain word, the songs. And this time I'm like combing through the lyrics with a fine tooth comb and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is Mike talking about? I'm like, oh, that's what he said? Like a lot of words, you can't understand what he was saying. Yesterday I'm out with the kids, right? We go to a pizza shop and I'm playing Beat It in the car. And they're like, beat it. No one wants to beat it. So I look back at my daughter, Brooklyn. I'm like, I paused it. I'm like, I'm a Capricorn. So I'm very particular about words and how you're saying the words. I'm like, that's not the fucking words. And the kids, that's what he said. He said, beat it. I said, that doesn't even make any sense. He's saying, beat it. No one wants to beat it. Why would he say beat it? No one wants to beat it. That's a contradiction. Right? But kids don't understand that. They just hear things, and that's what they rock with. I know he said, no one wants to be defeated. That makes sense. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated, right? I'm like, everybody knows that's what he said. That's common knowledge. So I said, you know what? Me, with my curious brain, I said, let's explore this shit, right? So I see some guys in the parking lot. I see one guy, one car, another guy, another car. I say, hey, you guys know the Beat It, Michael Jackson? They're like, yeah, of course we know the song. I said, okay, I need you guys to finish the lyrics for me. I said, beat it, no one. And they're like, beat it? And I'm like, no way. There's no way you don't know. That's not what he said. So I corrected them. And they're like, oh my God, I never knew that. I'm like, all right, that was a long shot. There's no way other people don't know this. So we go into this pizza shop. It's busy. It's jumping. Shout out to Lazy Moon Pizza over in Orlando, Florida. They make pizzas like this big. It's huge. As big as my kid's torso. And I had to take them there so they could check out these huge slices of pizza. I gathered the staff around at the register. I said, guys, I need you to do something for me because I want to prove my children wrong. You guys know Michael Jackson's song, Beat It? They're like, hell yeah, of course we do. I said, so I need you guys to finish the lyric. Very simple. It's from the hook. And I said, beat it, no one wants to. They all were clueless. And I said, there's no way this is fucking happening. There's no way these people don't know that he said, nobody knows he said be defeated. And I said, yo, maybe some of y'all watching right now don't know that he said that. And I said, okay, as popular as that song is, as big of a song, there got to be more songs like this. And I started going down a rabbit hole of Michael Jackson's songs and lyrics. And lo and behold, there's a lot of shit that was going on with these songs that I've been singing these songs and loving these songs and enjoying them. But I'm like, I realized I don't know the words. I said, oh shit, I don't know the words. I just been singing along. That's how amazing this man was. That's how dope his music was. We didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. One song in particular, not only did we not know what he was talking about, this song makes no sense. None. And I'll put all you guys to the test. The song makes no sense. None whatsoever. We're going to do a song breakdown, lyric by lyric, of this song. And you guys, all you motherfucking cryptic, deep thinkers, put your hats on right now, bro, because we about to go for a ride, and we're going to figure out together what the hell was Michael Jackson talking about. Let's see. And with lyrics. And this is one of his biggest songs. We all know it. We think we do. We love it. But let's check it out. Okay. Here we go, guys. And we're going to be pausing it a lot. Let's go. You know, human nature. Okay, let's go. I go. Across the nighttime, the city winks a sleepless eye. Okay? Hear her voice. Shake my window. Sweet seducing sighs. Okay. Looking out across the nighttime, the city winks a sleepless eye. Hear her voice, shake my window, sweet seducing sighs. Cool. Not too easy to figure out not too hard to figure out what he's talking about. He's looking out, it's nighttime. The city's up. It's up and it's alive. He hear her voice, it shakes my window, sweet seducing sighs. Okay, they can mean a bunch of things, but it's kind of, we can figure out what that means, right? It's confusing, but we can get it when you tie it on to the next lyrics. Get me out into the nighttime. Four walls won't hold me tonight. Okay. Pretty much, he's hearing her voice. It could be the city he's referring to. Get me out into the nighttime. Four walls won't hold me tonight. He trying to go out, shake his ass. He want to get outside. It's a good night. Beautiful night. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. Okay. Obviously, he's talking about New York. Right? First verse, we can sum it up. Michael Jackson is in New York. Beautiful women around. It's exciting. He want to go outside. Right? Now here comes the hook. And you tell me, what the fuck is he talking about? They say, why? Tell him that is human nature. Why? Does he do it that way? Okay. If they say why, tell him that is human nature. Why does he do it that way? Huh? Who are they? Why are they asking why? And who is he? What are you talking about, bro? Why? Tell him that is human nature. Why does he do me that way? Reaching out to touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. Well, hold on. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. If this, okay. Okay. Nah. I don't want to do Mike like this, but this song got a little dark. It got a little dark, and I think I know what he's talking about. All right. Mike wanted to go outside. He wanted to go party, shake his ass. The city's live. It's New York. He want to go outside. Then the nigga says, reaching out to touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. Is this nigga about to kidnap this bitch and do something crazy to her? Is that what he's doing? That's what it feel like to me. Reaching out to touch a stranger, electric eyes everywhere. See that girl? She knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. And they say, why? Tell him that is human nature. Why did he do me that way? Okay, it sounds like he went out, touched some girl, did something crazy to her, and then he got arrested, and now they got him in the interrogation room, and they're saying that to him. I think this is a POV. This is him talking to the police about some wild shit he did. This is crazy, son. She likes the way I stare. And they say, why? Tell him that is human nature. Why does he do it that way? If they say, why? Tell me that is human nature. Yo. Okay, I need more. I like living this way. I like loving this way. And then everything after this, why? That way. Pardon my language, pardon my voice. That way. Yeah, looking now. Hold on. Across the morning, the city's heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I touch my shoulder. I'm dreaming of the street. This nigga said, reaching out, I touch my shoulder. Reaching out, I touch my shoulder. I'm dreaming of the street. What the fuck is Mike talking about, son? Pack this nigga up, yo. This song makes no sense, bro. None. I need my wordsmiths. All my people that think y'all know every fucking thing. Tell me what this nigga talking about in this song. This song don't make no sense, son. None. It's just fucking words that sound good, and a lot of his music is like that. That's how amazing Mike was. Mike never makes any sense. There's no message here, bro. Cryptic ass song. I still love it though. Am I bugging? Come on, man. Come on, Mike. Shout out to Michael Jackson, man. One of the greatest to ever do it. Okay. Last story. I want to talk about two idiots. Mother and daughter dummies. Mother, daughter, dumbasses. Check these two dummies out, guys.
One of the most prolific organized retail thieves in Western Washington is facing new charges. Janice Downs, a.k.a. Janice Smith, a.k.a. Punchy, is back in jail after just getting released from prison in January. Bellevue police say one of the best clues came from a TikTok video made to Young Miami's viral song Spin Dat about boosting and scamming.
Look at this idiot, guys. Holding bags.
Bellevue police say this video shows Janice Wiley holding 2 stolen Louis Vuitton purses. It was posted 5 days after detectives say her daughter, Janice Downs, and an unidentified suspect stole the bags worth more than $7,000 from Nordstrom in downtown Seattle. And 2 days after Downs showed the purses on her Instagram account.
For us, she's a prolific, organized career theft criminal, and so we're very familiar with her.
That's because Bellevue PD Special Enforcement...
Whoa. Is that sideburns or is that the back of her head? Okay, let's keep going. Let's not get sidetracked.
Busted Downs and her mom 2 years ago for a major organized retail crime spree. They were accused of stealing more than $500,000 worth of Lululemon clothing.
Idiots.
Downs pleaded guilty to 6 counts of organized retail theft. She was sentenced to 33 months in prison with 501 days credit for time served and was released in January. Bellevue PD Captain Landon Barnwell says just 4 months later, Downs was back to her old ways.
Look at this stupid bitch.
That, after the what she experienced in 2024, that hey, that maybe, she would change what she's doing. But again, clearly she hasn't chosen to do that.
Court documents show Bellevue PD Detective Jeff Christensen recognized Downs in a bulletin sent out by Tukwila Police showing thieves stealing almost $4,000 worth of fragrances from Macy's.
And look at the bitch. Came in there dressed like straight bums, scarves on their head, look like thieves. Let me explain something to y'all, man. As a former booster, okay, I'm not proud of it. This is something I did as a teenager. Statute of limitations was way past. I used to get busy back in the days. You know what I mean? Shout out to Low Lives in Brooklyn and all the boosters from back in the days. When Jay-Z said boosters in abundance, buy a half-price sweater new. Depending on where we were shopping, we dressed the part. If I'm in Saks, I'm in some Saks Fifth Avenue shit. We were sophisticated. We had the Lizzie bags on deck. Sometimes we even bought a couple of things. Look at this bum bitch. Come on, son. You're a disgrace to what a booster is. You deserve to be in blood clot jail for what you did. You and your mother, y'all stupid. And then dancing online, grown women. Come on, man. Young Miami, I blame this shit on you. If there was no song like that to dance to, maybe they would have been free with their little Louis bags. And we ain't stealing shit to wear it. We stole the shit to sell it. We sold it. As much bootleg shit. Let me tell you something. Have you ever been to Canal Street in New York City? It's rich white women out there. Rich white women. You think these white women be having real bags? Them Birkins, them Louis bags, them Goyard bags, them Chloe bags, them Chanel bags be fake. Fake. The way y'all look, nobody believes the bags is real. Prove it. If you stole it, you ain't got the Louis box it came in. Cause when you go to the Louis store, you buy your stuff. They give you a glass of wine or a glass of champagne, and you sit down and you wait. They go in the back. They pack your stuff up nicely. They give you the bag, the ribbon, and your receipt and a card. It looks official. So if you're stealing it off the shelf, how can you prove that it's real? Your clientele ain't no motherfuckers who buying real shit. Come on, man. Y'all out here selling bags for cheap. Nobody know. How they know the bag real? But they know they was real now, you dumbass, because you're in jail. You're in jail, and you deserve it, stupid.
See the shower cap she's wearing? he had a similar photo of her from his case 2 years ago.
Wow.
Working with their regional law enforcement partners, he says he then identified Downs in similar thefts at the Macy's in Tacoma and the downtown Seattle Nordstrom.
Dressed like
People
a
don't just commit
Muslim.
crimes in one location, right? I mean, that, you know, especially when it comes to, you know, retail theft-related crimes, right? They bounce around to many of the retailers in this entire area.
In the Nordstrom theft, detectives say surveillance video shows Downs wearing a burqa as a disguise.
Wow.
Detectives say the surveillance video shows how Downs and her accomplice cooperated to steal the purses, distracting the clerk by asking to see other bags on the shelves behind him. When he turned his back, watch as the accomplice smoothly slips the handles of one of the purses over her arm. After he shows them a second bag, he puts it back on the shelf. When he went to the front sales counter, police say Downs walked over, made sure he wasn't looking, and grabbed the purse, then held it down low on the right side of her body, opposite over where the clerk was standing. Her accomplice then moves over next to her, takes the handbag, and exits the store with both of the stolen purses. A few seconds later, Downs follows her out. On June 12th, Bellevue police arrested Downs and her mom. Detectives located them in the parking lot of Westfield South Center Mall. Court documents note that Downs was wearing the same burqa, black-colored sandals, and her white-painted toes matched her appearance from the Nordstrom theft.
Enough of that. And these are the women who give black women a bad name, man. Now you're on the news. Now you're locked up. You did 33 months for it. Now they're going to give you more time. You stupid idiot. Wasn't worth it. Good for you. Good for you. And pack Young Miami up. Young Miami got y'all locked up, man. Anyways, guys, it's great to be back. I started out a little like shaky and rusty, but I got into my groove. You know, and I think this is going to be a good thing, man. I'm glad to be back doing this again. This is my happy place, potting when I'm not on stage, tearing it down, you know, doing my thing. If I'm not online doing the top 5 things, I'm here potting, and I'm poised to be a problem in these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? Y'all be hearing my name. My boy Zip with the Drip shouted me out. Salute to him. My man Wayno shouted me out. Joe Budden shouts me out. You know, so I'm here. Y'all see me on Vlad TV twice. Vlad also shot my first comedy special, which I'm not too proud of because I ain't like that performance. Y'all got a bad look at me, man. I ain't bomb, but it was very regional. It was for the people that was there. It got a lot of views, but I ain't like it. You know, that's not typical me. That was me performing in front of all my people in New York. Vlad asked to film it. He filmed it. Salute to Vlad for that. The production was great. It was dope. I got a bone to pick with you too, Vlad. I got a bone to pick with you, bro, because the last 2 times on your show, you had Ryan Davis. That's my homie. Salute to him. And you had Ali Sadiq. And the game you played with me and Ari Spears, who you fell out with, by the way, that's a story for another show. You asked who's better out of comedians. I don't care if I get picked. Like, I don't care if I get kicked off. How the fuck you ain't mention me at all, bro? We got beef? We got a problem? You ain't mentioned me. Like, you were naming all the comedians you interviewed, and you didn't mention me the last 2 times. You even mentioned Aries, and you don't even fuck with him no more. How you gonna not mention me, bro? You did it on the Ryan Davis episode, and you did it on the Ali Sadiq episode. Me and you cool, Vlad. You my bro. I'll fuck with you. We talk, text message. We have a personal relationship. I ain't gonna say we go as far as being friends, but we on speaking terms. So for you to just not fucking mention me at all, bro, as if I'm not a comedian you interviewed, is very disrespectful, bro. Pack you up for that shit, Vlad. I'm calling you out. That was some bullshit. You did it on the Ryan Davis interview, and you did it on the Ali Sadiq interview. First time on the Ryan shit, I'm like, okay, he didn't mention me or Aries, so maybe because me and Aries association, that's why he did it. But then on the Ali Sadiq interview, you did it again. And me, you ain't got no problems. And you're very deliberate. You're very deliberate with the shit you be doing. Very deliberate. That shit was not a mistake. So I don't know if you don't regard me as a comedian or whatever, but that was bullshit, bro, to just ignore my name and not say my name at all, bro, when you're naming all the comedians you interview and not include me. I don't give a fuck if you think I suck, nigga. I'm a comedian you interviewed twice and you filmed my comedy special. So to not mention me is crazy. Pack you up, Vlad. But you my nigga, though. I fuck with you. But that was corny. And me and you gonna talk about that. Yeah. First time I let it slide with the Ryan Davis shit. Ali, you did it again. You think these niggas don't know me or something? That's why you ain't say my name? Let him say it. I don't know that nigga. But to not mention, you don't mention me, son? What's good, bro? We got a problem? I fuck with you, though, man. But still pack you up, though. But anyway, we're back. All jokes aside, is in full swing. It's back. It's just me. I got some interviews coming up, so you're going to see a whole nother look once I get the interviews going. But as far as the show itself, it's going to be a solo podcast. I think for me and the show itself and the legacy of the show, this is the better look. Personally. You know, personally. It just is no slight on nobody who I've ever had on the show. Shout out to Quasi, I love you. Cause, I love you. Chinks, I love you. Kevin, I love you, bro. We still gonna be on the road. You're gonna move around these streets with me. Ray, I love you. Congratulations on your wedding again. I love you all. But as far as this is my baby, and I think the vision of it is just more suitable if I did this by myself. But when we do the interviews and stuff, I do need help. So Kevin, interviews, yes. When Godfrey come back on the show, Kevin, let's go. You know what I mean? Please. And Godfrey be back on here soon. When we get the bigger comedians in here, pause. You know, the Mike Epps' and the Cat Williams and you know, those big guys. You know, when Aries comes back, I'm going to need you, Kev, you know, to conduct those bigger interviews. When I do interviews, I'm going to need you with me, Kev. But as far as conducting the podcast as itself on a weekly basis, I'm a ride solo, my nigga. You know, it is what it is. But I'm Wil Milz. The All Jokes Aside podcast is back. It's in full swing, and I'm very happy and I'm very excited to be doing this again the way I think I'm going to get it right this time. It's been 8-9 years I've been doing this, and I think I finally got it right by doing it dolo. All right? So, guys, I'll see you in a couple of days. I might do 1 episode a week, might do 2 episodes a week, depending on how it's going to go. But nevertheless, we're going to do this shit, and we're going to rock out with this. I love you all, man. How did I used to end it? All right, this is episode. I ain't doing no episode numbers. Y'all see the name of the episode. You know what I mean? Peace. Y'all have a good one. I'm back.